England vs Colombia Women's World Cup. England beat Colombia to reach the semi-finals of the Women's World Cup. England head into the second half with a scoreline of 1-1 as they look to book their place in the Women's World Cup semi-final. They went behind just minutes to go in the first half after a goal from Santos beat Mary Earps, but Lauren Hemp got the equalizer just seconds before the end of the first 45 minutes. Ella Toone started for England in place of the suspended Lauren James, with Alessia Russo up front, but hasn't made too much of an impact in the game so far, with a very physical Colombia side to contend with. Australia and France went all the way to extra time, with the Matildas going through to the semi-final with a 7-6 win on penalties. Kerr's involvement in her nation's crucial quarter-final clash against France remains to be seen, though Aussie fans will be hopeful of an emphatic return against a heady opponent who look to have found their groove after a shaky start. Kadidayatu Diani and Eugenie Le Sommer are particularly proving the threats to watch out for. Meanwhile, the Lionesses take on Colombia in the last quarter-final of the day. After edging past Nigeria via a dramatic penalty shootout, England will need to up their performance against Colombia, not least in the absence of Lauren James. The Chelsea starlet will serve her two-match suspension against Colombia, leaving a gaping creative hole in the middle of Serena Wiedmann's squad. How the Dutch manager opts to cope remains to be seen, though she and striker Alessia Russo both cut serene figures ahead of Saturday's clash. England booked a Women's World Cup semi-final with Australia after edging out a physical Colombia side 2-1. The Lionesses trailed 1-0 in the 44th minute after a goal from Colombia's Lacey Santos, after a nervy first half with several referee decisions questioned by fans, writes Jack Lacey Hatton. It's firmly in their hands now. But if they're too casual in possession, Colombia have the threat to punish England. Alex Greenwood did well to get out of Colombia's press, but the turnover still happened and they drew a save from Earps. We've seen it so often this tournament with silly errors from the Lionesses. They cannot afford that today. Alessia Russo's second-half goal lifted England to a thrilling 2-1 quarter-final victory over Colombia on Saturday and into the Women's World Cup semi-finals for the third consecutive time. Lauren Hemp also scored for the European champions, who now face hosts Australia on Wednesday in Sydney for a place in their first World Cup final. Colombia, who were the lowest-ranked team remaining at NO25 and had never made it past the tournament's last 16, opened the scoring with a goal from Lacey Santos to the delight of the large swathes of yellow and blue-clad Colombian fans among the 75,784 fans at Stadium Australia.